No,
should we do it?
Just lower.
Should we do it? Want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Going?
Yep. Okay, quiet on set. Show starting in 5, 4.
Good morning, Coyotes, and thanks for tuning in to watch. Today's show is one filled with several great stories ranging from our new lunch line systems to what some of your New Year's resolutions were. We'll check in with Gavin and Dylan to see what's new in the sports world, and we'll have a few announcements for you as well. He's Noah Blaylock.
And he's Joey Shawkevich, and Cmstv starts now. This weekend, the CHMS Drama Department presents The Light of the Library, Friday, February 3rd at 7 p.m. and Saturday, February 4th at 2 p.m. at the Carlsbad Cultural Arts Center. Tickets are $5 and will be sold in front of the CHMS front office February 1st through 3rd. And pandemonium to promises, New Year's resolutions are always on the mind of most people. Let's turn back the clock and see what some of our very own students pledged for themselves in 2012.
We interviewed students to see what their New Year's resolutions are. What are your New Year's resolutions?
To play with my dog and play with my sister.
To stop getting mad about doing homework.
To grow.
My New Year's resolution is to get better grades.
I guess to eat healthier.
My New Year's resolution is, well, one of them is probably to start working out more.
Well, Sam and I are kind of together on this one, but we're gonna turn this in and we're gonna be Justin Bieber.
Our resolution is to become the best baseball player in my team.
To do better in my classes and to not throw change at hobos.
This is Matt Gergers reporting for CMSTV. Now back to the anchors.
Surf Club has their makeup contest for the Oceanside Pier event this weekend. The swell is on the rise and it's shaping up to be a great weekend. Come out and cheer on your team's surfers at the southeast side of Oceanside Pier this Saturday. Boys shortboard heats start at 7 a.m. Good luck, surfers. Thanks to Mrs. Langan and her tireless recycling crew, we now have several recycling trash cans around our campus. If you haven't noticed yet, take a look around and I'm sure you'll spot one. They have blue tops and a clear plastic bag attached. Please do not throw away any trash in these areas as they are only for recycling. Music, drama, and yearbook, oh my. Looking for an elective can be a bit confusing, especially if you're not sure which one is right for you. So starting today, each show will air a spotlight on an elective to help you figure out what is the right path for you. Here's Jacob with our first elective spotlight.
Let's see, broadcasting. Well, there's two levels of broadcasting. We have Broadcasting 1 and Broadcasting 2. Broadcasting 1 is an introductory class where students take a semester-long class, and it teaches them the basics of the broadcasting component, which has to do with using cameras, using the editing software to create movies that we use in our bi-monthly show. It also helps kids learn a little bit about the different softwares like Final Cut Pro is the software we use. It's a lot of fun. We learn the terminology and the history of broadcasting. And then if you complete the semester-long elective of Broadcasting 1, you can take Advanced Broadcasting, which is a full year-long class where you actually get to participate in doing the same thing, but we use the completed shows or the completed work to show about once a month or twice a month for the rest of the school to see. So basically it's an elective where kids get to use their skills with technology, using the computers and the cameras and all the studio equipment that we have to offer to make different movies and stuff for the school.
Science Olympiad is happening this weekend. Science Olympians will test their science skills against those of the other middle schoolers from around San Diego at regionals this Saturday in Rancho Bernardo. This event is from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. with the award ceremony happening at 4 p.m. Come on out and cheer on the Olympians as they launch their rockets, test their devices, and
Good luck, Olympians. Not like you didn't notice, but our school's lunch systems had an overhaul a few weeks ago. The idea of being, of course, to speed up the lunch lines a bit. This idea was met with harsh scrutiny and negative reviews. Let's see what some of you had to say about the lunch lines.
Some of you may not have noticed the new lunch systems. That's why I'm here to tell you about these new systems and what people think of them.
If you can make any adjustments to the lunch systems, what would they be?
How would you rate the lunch systems?
I would say a 5.
Thank you. What do you think of the new lunch systems?
I don't like
If you could make any adjustments, what would they be?
I'd make them faster.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it?
6.
Thank you. 1? 10 is Chris, 10 is the best.
I'm sorry for my co-anchor's behavior. 8th grade parents, it is that time of year to start planning for the end of the year events for the 8th graders. Please join me in the lounge on February 15th at 8:30. I will give you an overview of the activities and events that require chairpersons. Alright, it is that time again for CHSC to enlighten you with their appealing style and current spotlight picks on the world of sports. Take it away, guys.
Hey Coyotes, welcome to CHSC. I'm Gavin Robertson. And I'm Dylan Tinley. Today's show we will have a variety of sports. We see what happened in tennis as the Australian Open was played. Take you to San Diego's very own Torrey Pines to see who won the golf tournament, the Farmers Insurance Open. And the highlights of the 2012 Pro Bowl. In Australia, the tennis world saw great tennis play as the Australian Open crowned this year's winners. From the women's bracket, representing the country of Russia, Victoria Azarenka. And from the men's bracket representing the country of Siberia, Novak Djokovic.
The world number one was able to serve it out and take his third Australian Open title in 5 hours and 53 minutes in the greatest final in Australian Open history. It was also the longest match in Grand Slam final history and a fitting way to end the 2012 Australian Open tournament.
There was golf this weekend in Torrey Pines. It was the Farmers Insurance Open. Here's a look at the leaderboard at the end of the weekend. Now we bring you highlights of the 2012 Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Defense optional in the AFC and NFC with the stars out. Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers. NFC was up by a couple of scores. Ben Roethlisberger comes back to the Miami Dolphin. Brandon Marshall. Get used to hearing his name in this highlight. Splits a couple of defenders here. He was supposed to break off the pattern, but surprise, surprise, he wanted to go deep in the Pro Bowl. He did, and the game was tied at 14, 75-yard score. Breeze wants to answer. Throw the slant. Greg Jennings. NFC was back up 28-21. Nice gloves there. No penalty for the celebration of the Pro Bowl. I don't think they threw a flag all game in this one. Phillip Rivers then back to his San Diego teammate Antonio Gates as we go to the halftime buzzer 27-yard touchdown. Game was tied 28-28. Okay. Then you got Dalton then going deep to Brandon Marshall. This was the play of the game. One of the best plays you'll see in any Pro Bowl. Two NFC defenders collide on it. Brandon Marshall stays with it the whole way and then kicks it on his knee back up to his hands. Ball never hit the ground. That's a touchdown there. Marshall's third of the day. He would add more, believe it or not. Marshall on the fade pattern there, that's great concentration. Catches it with both hands and keeps the feet in bounds. Andy Dalton on the throw there. Marshall's fourth touchdown of the day. Meanwhile, Cam Newton comes back, and then you know what? Fourth quarter, when it was money time, the pass rush started to pick up there. He gets flushed out of the pocket, throws a little bit under duress, and then Eric Weddle would pick it off. Handful of interceptions in this game, even though the defense wasn't all that thorough. And then as the ball came loose at the end of the Weddle interception, that's Derek Johnson from the Chiefs. He picks it up and goes in. And surprise, surprise, look at the defenders weren't tackling anyone. You knew the offensive guys weren't going to tackle anyone after they turned it over. 100 points in the game.
In the game, the spectators were booing some of the plays because of players not trying. And now a quick injury update from the Super Bowl. Rob Gronkowski of the Patriots is not cleared to practice this week, but expected to play on Super Bowl Sunday. Thanks for watching. I'm Gavin Robertson. And I'm Dylan Tinley. Remember to follow us on Twitter at CHSC_1 and like us on our Facebook page, Calvary Hills Sportscast. See you, Coyotes. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Gavin. Thanks, Dylan.
Another amazing show, guys.
Well, Coyotes, that's all we have for you today. Hope you enjoy the first week of the second semester. See you around campus.
Bye!
Bye.